right, guys. Before I get to the last segment of this live stream, be sure to hit that like button. You know, the gracious like button. Hit it. You know, it helps us out in the algorithm. I know I'm a fool, but hey, you know, I'm trying to get people to like the video. It's working. Like when y'all like it, you get more traction. So like the video. Joy Reid, or Joy and Reid, the former host of Read Out on MSNBC, has been fired. But MSNBC claims that her show has been canceled because they are downsizing the network. A lot of people say they're bending the knee to Trump, which that's true. But I think it's more than that. I think it is what Ariana Jasmine said in the beginning of the video. I played a video. Shout out to her, and also too. This is her Substack right here. It's called Ariana Jasmine Justice Journal. Check that out. Subscribe to it. She does amazing work, man. You know, it's free, but you can also subscribe to it monthly. $5 a month. It don't matter. Um, great read. It says MSNBC fires anchor critical of Israel. So it says Joy Reid, Alex Wagner, and Eamon Mayilden all got axed or demoted today. So not only a couple of days ago they fired Joy Reid, they fired a couple of other anchors. Yeah, she said maybe their ratings tanked or they were no longer a good fit for national TV. But one thing the anchors had in common was being critical of Israel's onslaught against Palestinians. Crystal Ball put it best, and she says, I can't say I'm surprised Joy, Alex, and Eamon and Mehdi Hassan were all critical of Israel, and now they've all been canceled. No dissent from the pro-genocide consensus will be tolerated, obviously. It says, Joy Reid and Eamon Mo- Moyilden's Palestine coverage. Joy and Eamon have stood firm in their unbiased reporting on Palestine for over a year. Up to this point, this was unheard of for traditional media. Years ago, when Mark Lamont Hill did the same on CNN, he was fired pretty soon after. Yeah, I remember that. Traditional media notoriously leans very pro-Israel. Yes, because a bunch of APAC sycophants are in um, traditional media, and that's just something America has dealt with for years prior to October 7th. It says in hours of research and watching MSNBC's and CNN overall very bad Gaza coverage. By far the best anchor on the topic was Joy Ann Reid. Eamon Moyilden was the close second, but Reid was most consistent, thorough, and most likely to speak in moral terms. Make of what you wish. Then it says, before this firing spree, Mehdi Hassan was purged from MSNBC as well. His show were very pro-Palestine as shown in this clip. Now, I'm very critical of Mehdi Hassan. Like, yeah, I give him credit for being pro-Palestine. I mean, he's Palestinian himself. I mean, like, yeah, like, don't be a race traitor. But, but hey, I'm gonna play this video by him right quick. Um, Let me see. Here you go.
What is Israel's end goal in Gaza, where, according to local health officials, almost 23,000 people have been killed in just 3 months? Officially, say the Israeli government and our own Biden administration, the goal is to defeat Hamas, which killed 1,200 Israelis on October the 7th, to eradicate them from Gaza, even from the face of the earth, if that's even possible. But unofficially...
Now, my thing about that is, okay, they claim 1,200 people have been killed, which you can't really believe what Israel says, but 1,200, 42,000. Nah, some tell you, like, yeah, like, just a little bit excessive, yeah, like, excessive. But I let them continue. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but it's just a clip.
Israeli ministers keep saying the quiet part out loud, that the aim of this operation is to clear Gaza of Gazans, what the Palestinians and a growing number of governments around the world are calling ethnic cleansing. Israel's finance minister, Bezalel Smotrich, said in an interview last week on Israeli army radio, quote, if we act strategically, correctly, there will be immigration and we will live in the Gaza Strip. We will not allow a situation where 2 million people live there. If there are 100 to 200,000 Arabs in Gaza, all the talk about the day after will be different. And Israel's National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir said to reporters that the war presents, quote, an opportunity to concentrate on encouraging the migration of the residents of Gaza. He called such a policy a correct, just, moral and humane solution. Now, the Biden administration has said it rejects such calls, and supporters of Israel say these two guys are not important. They're fringe figures. So I'm not sure how fringe you can really consider the finance minister and the national security minister to be. Ethnic cleansing is, of course, a war crime. But Israel continues to deny that it's committing war crimes in Gaza, even as journalists on the ground continue to document what leading human rights groups and even UN rapporteurs have said could amount to war crimes.
Yeah, I'm ended there, but yeah, like you reporting, facts about the genocide like that on traditional media. Yeah, you definitely sure you're gonna get fired. Like no doubt about that. Like that's not tolerated on traditional media. You got to be pro-Israel. You got to say Hamas is an evil terrorist organization, and you got to say Israel has the right to defend itself. You don't say that, nah, bruh, you ain't gonna last. So yeah, man. I kudos met his son. Like hey, you know, but I'm gonna continue the article. It says Mehdi getting tech was the best thing for him and his left-leaning media. Um, Not only does his media company support smaller leftist creators as contributors, but he also created a left-leaning media source that's rare nowadays. Yeah, I mean, I disagree with this. Like, he has sponsors. I mean, he's not independent. He's not in. I had to say that he's not completely independent. Like if you have sponsors, like yeah, like you gotta still watch what you say. Um, for a reason. Zeto has accomplished something that no other media company has been able to do, and I think that's along with groundbreaking. He said Joy and Reid has similar shows as well, even calling on former Vice President Kamala Harris to take a clear stance on the onslaught against Gaza, pleading that the mass murder of civilians needs to end. So it's another video I'm gonna play. Here we go.
Early Saturday, an Israeli airstrike hit a school serving as a shelter in Gaza, killing at least 100 people and wounding nearly 50 others, according to Palestinian health authorities. On the same day as the strike, Vice President Kamala Harris condemned the loss of civilian life.
Yet again, there are far too many civilians who've been killed. I mean, Israel has a right to go after the terrorists that are Hamas.
Oh,
but as I have said many, many times, they also, I believe, an important responsibility to avoid civilian casualties.
Uncommitted and anti-war voters see a reset with Harris, Israel, and Gaza. Her language is different, capable of moving the needle and gaining favor with some of the voters who are President. This was a school serving as a shelter for refugees of war, attacked during morning prayers. Witnesses said children, women, and old people were inside, sleeping, and that the school was hit without an evacuation warning from the IDF. President Biden has faced months of public pressure to cut off the supply of weapons to Israel amid its war on Gaza, which has killed about 40,000 people.
So yeah, her coverage was good. She the reason why I guess if this genocide didn't exist, it'll still be on now. But I'm gonna continue. It says the other guy, Ayman Mohyeldin, dedicated years to speaking out on the atrocities that happened to Palestinians, using his influence at MSNBC to educate the masses, even calling it a brutal occupation and calling out the bias reported compared to Ukraine. Now this is Ayman.
This past week, as the world's attention was focused on Lower Manhattan for the indictment of Donald Trump, chaos unfolded in occupied East Jerusalem at the site of one of Islam's holiest sites, the Al-Aqsa compound. Take a look. The Israeli military stormed the mosque, beating Palestinian worshippers and arresting hundreds it alleged were barricading themselves and stockpiling rocks and firecrackers inside.
But I'm like, watching that, you'll say to yourself, like, I mean, I thought Israel was going after the terrorists, you know, but they're going after people that are in a mosque worshiping, practices. Okay, I'm gonna let it play a little bit more.
Other images captured Israeli forces harassing and arresting Palestinians, including elderly men and women, in the middle of prayer. This, of course, I remind you, is during the holy month of Ramadan. The assault didn't get much global attention, and when it did make appearances in the Western media, it was mostly reduced to ambiguous, milquetoast headlines like "clashes erupt" or "tensions rise in Jerusalem." The situation is unfortunately far more grave than that, and it continues to escalate. After 2 days' mosque attack, Palestinian militants fired rockets into Israel, and the Israeli military responded with its largest airstrike assault on Lebanon in 7 years.
So yeah, that's his coverage, which both coverages are good. Like, hey, you telling the truth about what's actually going on traditional media. That's a real big deal, right? Um, yeah, but it says per CNN, MSNBC has declined to provide any comment on why all of these vocally pro-Palestine anchors have been taken or demoted. Jen Psaki, former White House press secretary um, for the Biden administration, is now host primetime MSNBC. Surprise, surprise. The removal and demotion of outspoken anchors like Joy Reid, um, Amon Yildiz, and Mehdi Hassan from significant media outlets highlights a troubling pattern in the industry where pro-Palestinian perspectives are marginalized or silenced. It says their bold and unbiased reporting on Palestine challenged the long-standing pro-Israel narrative, making them outliers in traditional media. Despite these setbacks, the emergence of independent media like Zetio, which supports smaller left-leaning creators, signals a shift towards alternative news sources that embrace diverse viewpoints. Um, it says the pushback against these journalists underscores the broader struggle over media control and the power to shape public discourse. So yeah. Shout out to sorry about that, guys. I keep forgetting to switch templates, but layouts. But yeah. So yeah. Yeah. That's the reason why they got rid of them. Like obviously, right? Because they coverage on Palestine, like that's unacceptable in traditional media. Now I'm gonna get to another article that is different from what Ariana Jasmine said, obviously, right? Um, finna pull it up right here. Right here. Um, it says, let me see. It says, what happened to Joy Reid? Hope you guys can see that. Let me see. Still coming. Pop up. What the hell happened? Hold on, guys. Oh, God. It went somewhere else. What the fuck, man? Um, Let me see. Uh, Sorry about that, guys. So sorry about that. I apologize. There you go. Holy shit. The hell going on with my computer today? Brand new computer too. It says it's from the Delaware Online. It says what happened to Joy Reid? The readout canceled on MSNBC. Here's why. Um, it says the 5-year run of the readout on MSNBC is over. Um, Here's why MSNBC canceled Joy Reid's show. And it said when you could catch the final broadcast, which we don't care about, because that was a few days ago. It says, why did MSNBC cancel Joy Reid? It says the readout show was casually in the wide programming shakeup at MSNBC. Revamping MSNBC lineup. Wow, see what they say? Revamping includes the cancellation of Joy Reid's program and replacing it with MSNBC's The Weekend host Alicia Menendez, Michael Steele, and Simone Sanders Townsend was a mission of MSNBC president Rebecca Cutler when she replaced the former network president Rashida Jones in early February. Um, so, so the shake up, yeah, like that's all I have to read. I'm not gonna get to all that other things because I got another video to show y'all. But see, a shake up, yeah. Translation: we don't want no pro-Palestine content on our platform. Like, nah, like we pro-Israel, like these other people they went too far. And then the other thing too, the people that they canceled off MSNBC were people of color, which yeah, like that DEI boy, like people dropping that DEI like flies. All right, guys, I got one more video for y'all. This is basically Joy Reid. Basically, this is from these people. This right wing outlet called Sky News Australia, which basically, um, you know, um, here we go, guys. Yeah, here we go.
My show had value, and that I'm sorry that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV, and this is kind of like being on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end.
So they cut it off on a while. So man, like I'm gonna end it right there. Basically, the reason why they canceled Joy Reid and others, the other two people, was because of pro-Palestine content. So my thing for Joy Reid is like you still like in the Democratic stratosphere, so I really don't fuck with you like that. But she'll be fine. Like I'm pretty sure she got a bag stashed somewhere saved up. Like like she's known, so if she goes on YouTube and she'll automatically get a base. Like she always. People that watch corporate media are usually old. I'm pretty sure they. Well, some of them do use YouTube, but maybe some of them find on YouTube or Facebook or whatever. Especially on Facebook, that's what most elderly people are on. So